Hello, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Khanpeki, and I'm here to ask and answer one simple question. WTF is Game Pass for PC in 2021? This right here is Game Pass for PC in 2021. Is it worth it? That's what I hope to answer for you today. Game Pass. It is a service from Xbox that allows you to install this Xbox app on your PC or on your console if you have it. I don't. I'm going to be talking specifically about the PC version, Xbox Game Pass for PC. Anyway, it's a service that you pay a certain amount of money per month. In Canada, it's $12 a month, $11.99. In America, it is $10 a month, $9.99, which seems like reasonable pricing for me, I think, definitely, considering the value proposition that they've got here. So I'm going to tell you the good sides and the downsides to this, and anything else I can think of. So first and foremost, I should note that your first month of Xbox Game Pass is $1. $1. So if you just wanted to try it out, put in your credit card info, $1, and then immediately cancel it, and then you get 1 month. All right? You just get to try out Xbox Game Pass for 1 month and see if it's for you. That's what I would recommend doing. Definitely. Just to see, is it worth it? Is it worth the $12 or $10 a month for you? Most of my viewers are American, so we'll just say $10. So this is what Game Pass looks like when you first start it up. Besides these games in the corner, these are the games I have installed. One thing I want to note is Xbox Game Pass gives you EA Play. As you can see here, this is a benefit of EA Play. You get to play 10 hours of FIFA 22 before the game comes out. Now, I would never tell you to play FIFA because those games are crazy dumb. But if you do like FIFA, I guess there's a bonus. And, if EA Play has any other special events like this, but for a cooler game, like, I don't know, a new Star Wars game or something, then you could take advantage of it, and that would be pretty cool. So, if EA Play has something you want, then you can do that. All right, now if we scroll down a little bit, there's going to be different categories. And now, this is where Xbox Game Pass for PC is not sorted especially well. It seems like it could use a little bit more maintenance than it gets. I'm not sure. So here's recently added. This one works perfectly, right? So these are brand new games to Game Pass. All right, Sable just came out. I'm not sure if it came out yesterday or today, but it was on Game Pass the day it came out. There are actually a good number of games like this. Like, I haven't heard about like Origami and Lost Words. They might have come out on the days that they were in Game Pass as well. Something like Superliminal wasn't. This is a fairly old-ish game. I think it came out last year at some point, but it's a very cool puzzle game. If you haven't played it, you should try it. I don't know, maybe watch Markiplier play the first 20 minutes, see if it's your deal, and if it is, then try it out. So if you do see one of these games that you think is pretty cool, what you can do is you can click on it. I actually think this Tainted Grail Conquest looks pretty cool. All right, so I'm gonna click on this. Look at this art, it looks pretty fancy. I can just straight install it from here. A unique, infinitely replayable, story-driven hybrid between a deck-building roguelike and an RPG game. That sounds like my kind of thing. So from here, I can add it to play later. I'm not sure why I would do that when I could just install it. I guess if I don't have enough memory. More trailers and screenshots, see achievement info, or I can just click this one, which is full details. So here I go to what is basically the store page for the game. I can just install it because I have Game Pass. I could buy it permanently, and we're going to get back to that, for a discounted price. And then I can go down here. I can look at screenshots of the game, be like, okay, so it kind of looks like this. Here are my cards at the bottom. Looks like I have energy and resources, and yeah, it looks like some kind of roguelike RPG card game thingy right here. The next thing you should look at is down here in capabilities, okay? So there are some very, very cool things down here in capabilities. The one thing you really want to look at is Xbox Cloud Saves, because say you have two different machines that you want to play this on, and if you have the Xbox version of Game Pass, which is a couple more bucks, like $5 more per month, 4 or 5, something like that, then your Xbox Cloud Saves will let it transfer over. So you can play an hour on PC and then switch to your Xbox and be able to play there. Or you can have this app on 2 PCs at once, I believe, and at least 2, definitely. And then you can switch between like this, and I could go play this on my laptop later, and it would save because Xbox Cloud Saves, and it works super fluidly. It's as if you were playing on your laptop the whole time. You just start up the game, the Xbox logo comes up, it loads for a little bit, and then bam, your save info is there. as if you were always playing on your laptop the whole time. Very cool. So I'm gonna show you kind of the process of what happens. So I'm gonna try and click install here. It shows like, where do you want to install it? Do you want to create a desktop shortcut or not? I won't, whatever. Let's click install. Okay. Now it's gonna start downloading. I can click on this downloading thing right here and it'll be like, all right, look, we're downloading. It's gonna take a second to start up, but, oh, there we go. Now it's going. It should give me, yeah, that's going 3%, 4%. So yeah, when it's finished, I'm gonna start up the game just so you kind of see what it looks like when you start up a game in Game Pass. It does give you a little bit of a pop-up notification, like you have to confirm that you're playing with the Game Pass. It's weird, but it's easy peasy, lemon squeezy. So let's scroll down a little bit. It has a coming soon thing here. Now, coming soon, they're adding games to Game Pass all the time. So we have 5 here: Halo Infinite's multiplayer, Forza Horizon 5, Age of Empires 4, Unsighted, Lemnis Gate. These are all pretty big games, especially these 3 right here, right? These are huge games, and they're coming out on release day, it looks like. As far as I'm aware, these are all the release dates for these games. Like, I am a fan of RTS. Age of Empires 4, pretty cool. I'd be happy to play Age of Empires 4 in 34 days when it comes out for real. I get more info about it. I can watch a trailer here. I could full screen it and then I'd have audio. I can just unmute it here to have audio. Look at this beautiful trailer. That's very cool. I am excited to play that game. Furthermore, most popular. All right, so Origami's new. Hades, this is a game I've downloaded. I wouldn't have been able to play it otherwise. I don't know. I just didn't want to pay for it. But then I got Xbox Game Pass and it was here anyway. So why not? Why not try it? There you go. And I've got a couple videos of me playing it on my YouTube channel now. You keep going. Gears 5, game that came out a little while ago. I don't think it did too well at the time, because Xbox in general wasn't doing too well. But if you wanted to play the Gears 5 just for the story or something, bam, you have Game Pass, you can play Gears 5. Something like Gang Beasts, we have Fall Guys and Among Us in here too. So if you want to play those kinds of games, they're here for you to play with your friends. Day 1 releases. This is the main one that I feel like really needs to be updated more, because Sable came out on day 1. Why is it not here? Why is it not here? Like, you think maybe this is alphabetically sorted because there's a C game, but no, there's Pandemic and then Bard's Tale. Like, this is not well done. But yeah, these games all came out on day 1. But a bunch more than this came out on day 1. They'd really be doing themselves a favor. They'd really look a lot more impressive if they let us know just exactly how many games were coming out on day 1. Sable did. I Am Fish did, I'm pretty darn sure. I think Skatebird did too. Let's see. Games like Craftopia aren't even out yet, so this is a game preview. I think some of these games, I don't know, man. I don't know the release dates of all of these games. This was a preview. Is it finished now? I don't know. But whatever. We also have games like Final Fantasy 13. There's big stuff, man. I am saying a lot of positive stuff about this. And then you can go to role-playing. There's a bunch of role-playing games. Really cool stuff. Mount & Blade Warband is one of my favorite games of all time. If you have not played Mount & Blade Warband, oh, you have to play it. It's amazing, okay? It's so good. A bunch of Yakuza games. Maneater, if you think that's cool. Greedfall. Forager. Forager wasn't my kind of shtick, I gotta say, but if you like it, then why not? Bethesda has a bunch of games. Well, you play next? Surprise me. It's like, you'll play Control, because Control's in here too, so you can play Control if you want. Okay, here's the leaving soon. So this is what people are scared of. This is why people don't like Game Pass, right? Games will leave Game Pass eventually, sometimes. All right? So a lot of games will just stay on Game Pass for incredibly long periods of time as if they'd never leave. All right? Maybe they will never leave. I'm not exactly sure how it works. But sometimes games will leave. So one thing is they will always warn you beforehand, right? No games will just disappear like that. You'll never be out of the game instantly. They'll always give you about a month of warning before a game leaves the library completely. So these games are leaving. So if you wanted to play one of these, you'd have a month once they pop up here to install them and finish them. Not bad, not bad. Now, what if it's a game like Crusaders Kings 3, right? This game you could play forever and ever and ever and ever and ever. And, you know, it would suck if you lost it. Well, I could just buy the game for a discounted price, right? I believe if you buy a game off of Game Pass that is included in Game Pass before it leaves the store, so including these Leaving Soon games, right? If we go to the Leaving Soon, if I wanted Eichenfell, I could, let's go here, I could buy it for like about $5 off because it's on Game Pass, so I get 20% off. Let's go back to Crusaders Kings. So that is a bonus. If a game is leaving, you have a chance to buy it, right? Or you have a month to like look at Steam or GOG or Epic Games if you want to look and see if there's a good sale on the game so you can buy it there. You know, they give you a lot of warning so that you're able to buy it. What if, because this is pretty cool, there are a bunch of DLCs for this game. So what if I bought this expansion pass for $40 to add on? One, it's 10% off, so I get to save $40 off of any DLC for a game in Game Pass. And I'm just playing the game without having purchased it. You can do this. This is cool, okay? But it's also scary. If I play Crusaders Kings 3 without having bought it, right, because it's just on Game Pass, but I buy this expansion pass to get a bunch of DLC for it, that will just work. It will just work nicely. But if Crusader Kings 3 ever leaves the store, I won't be able to play it anymore, and I'll have wasted my money on this DLC for a game I don't own. That sucks. But if Crusader Kings 3 leaves the store, nothing is deleted. The game stays on your computer, you just can't play it. Your save files are there, your settings are saved, everything is saved, you just can't play it. So at that point, you do have to buy the game, right? Or I could just buy the Royal Edition, because this is also on sale. I'm not exactly sure what the Royal Edition gives you versus the expansion pass. I'm not sure what's a better deal, but you could do that. So if you buy DLCs for a game that you don't own, you can then buy the game beforehand, and it will just work. The one downside of doing this, though, is say you wanted to buy Crusader Kings 3 on Steam, but you already bought the expansion pass on Game Pass. It won't work. It won't work across platforms like that. So that is a downside. And then at the bottom here, because I'm on PC, it says all PC games. So I can just click all. And then I can just scroll through here, and there are some crazy things like A Way Out, popular co-op game; Age of Empires 2, popular competitive RTS game; Alien Isolation, popular scary scare you game; Among Us is Among Us. I don't know, Battlefield games. We've got Bleeding Edge. I thought would be pretty cool. Breath Edge I didn't love so much. Celeste is super popular. City Skylines I love. Cluster Truck wasn't my cup of tea, but I installed it and I played it a little bit. I had a good amount of fun from it for a few minutes, but it would have been a waste of money if I actually bought it, so I'm glad I just played it on Game Pass. Code Vein, a cool little anime Dark Souls game. I've played some of it. It's pretty good. Crusader Kings 3, again, I freaking love this game. We could go on and on. We have all 3 Dead Spaces here. We have all the Dishonored's here. We have a bunch of Doom. Look at all this Doom. We've got Dragon Age Inquisition, Dragon Age Origins, Dragon Age 2. We've got a couple Dragon Quest games, including the newest 2. Well, just the newest 2. Enter the Gungeon, super popular little indie game. F1 2019. I don't know. Racefix said it was good. I played it. I don't know anything about F1, so it kind of didn't click with me, but whatever. Empire Sin, that's a game I kind of want to try. We've got a bunch of Fallouts all the way. We've got Fallout 1, 2, 3, 4, 76, Tactics, and New Vegas. So we got all the Fallout you could ever hope for. We've got Final Fantasy 8, 10, 10-2, 12, and 13. These are good games. If you haven't played 10, that's my favorite right there. I love Final Fantasy 10. Oh my gosh, Yojimbo in that game? Sweet. Five Nights at Freddy's, we got all those if you want. I think that's all of them. I don't know. Look, we've got 1, 2, 3, whatever this is, and then 1 to 4. I don't know, man. Frostpunk, really good game. There's Gears 5 again. Gang Beasts, like I said. Goat Simulator, if you want to play that. Other Gears of War games. Greedfall, a bunch of Halo. We've got all the Halo. All the Halo you could want. Hearts of Iron 4, pretty cool game that I want to try. Hollow Knight, everybody loves Hollow Knight. Humankind, this came out on release date. I forgot about that one. Iron Harvest, cool RTS game I wanted to try. Let's see, we've got some Madden if you want to play Madden. Maneater, all the Mass Effects except for Andromeda, I believe. Oh no, there's Andromeda here too, so never mind. All the Mass Effects. We've got old Medal of Honor games. I love these old Medal of Honor games. I don't know about you, but they feel good. They feel good to me. We've got Microsoft Flight Simulator. Monster Sanctuary, cool little Pokemon Castlevania kind of type dealio. Mirror's Edge. Monster Train I've spent a bunch of time on. There's Warband, I love that game. A bunch of Need for Speed. A bunch of it. Now, Need for Speed is an EA game, so EA does want to collect your information, you know, as they do. They are EA and still evil, even if they're letting you play their games for free. So if you were to try to play one of these games, you do have to download the EA desktop app, which means you have to create an account. But beyond that, it's pretty painless. Beyond creating an account, you get into the game and it works out just like any other Xbox Game Pass game. It's just slightly more annoying. Nier Automata, crazy popular. Octopath Traveler, I played that as well. Very good. Overcooked 2. This game is more fun than I thought it would be. That's pretty fun. Pillars of Eternity, I'm playing them right now. Prey, Quake, so many games. Like, so many indie games were passing by. Secret Neighbors, Sea of Thieves, Slay the Spire, incredibly popular game. I love this game. Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, as well as Battlefront 2, and Squadron. So we got some really cool Star Wars games here as well. Oh boy, this game I was looking at, Bard's Tale, Tetris, more Bard's Tale, Falconeer, The Evil Within, Medium, Outer Worlds, really cool game. Torchlight 3, really cool game. The Surge 2, 2 Point Hospital, I thought was pretty cool. 12 Minutes, this also came out on release day. A bunch of these probably did, but I don't remember. Wolfenstein games, World War, a whole crap ton of Yakuza, Yooka-Laylee, yeah. So these are all the games on Game Pass for PC right now. And I will tell you, they're always adding more than they're getting rid of. Okay? So you'll never be wanting for games, it feels like, unless you're very, very picky about the kinds of games that you like, and you don't like shooters and Dark Souls kinds of games and platformers and scary games, and you'd have to be pretty picky. There are so many games of so many genres. Now, what kind of sucks about this is, say I wanted to filter and go to genre, they don't have all that many. Like, Steam has way more genres than this. Like, card and board being combined is a little weird, but they have few enough card and board games where they're stuck here. But look, why isn't this game here? Why? It said that this is card and board, didn't it? It just says new up here. Yeah, card and board. It's up here. But when I click on card and board, oh, well, now it just goes to this view. So, but it's in normal Game Pass. So why? Like, this is other stuff. Like, this is not necessarily free stuff. Like, here's a Game Pass for Sea of Thieves. That's not free. Here's the premium version of Forza Horizon 5. That's not free. Huh. So why is that game not here? It's like, this is what I mean when I say, like, it feels like it needs a little bit more maintenance. Like, there are more card and board games than this. There's like a Library of Ruina game that should be here. But it's not. Like, why are there so few? I don't understand. Fighting games. Kind of weird to call Battletoads a fighting game. But they have few enough genres that I guess they thought this was the closest it would be in. I don't know. MOBA? There you go. We got a whole thing for MOBA. I don't know if Worms Rumble... I know nothing about Worms Rumble, but that seems weird to me. Number of players... So these sorting, I'm not sure how much I would want to do that, right? I would just go to A&E and scroll, because the filters here are not very good. They're pretty bad. Very clearly. Now, one thing I want to point out, which I think is so cool, right? I don't have an Xbox controller that just plugs into the PC, so I always try to make my PlayStation controllers work, and that is always a nightmare. Man, you have to do so much work to make PlayStation controllers work with every freaking program except for Steam, and even then, sometimes Steam is a jerk. I got it to work with Final Fantasy XIV before the PS5 controller was available to work with Final Fantasy XIV. It's always trouble. It's always trouble. But at Xbox, they did a lot of work to make sure the PlayStation game controllers, PS4 and PS5 I've tested, both work really well. For instance, Hades, you just plug in your PS5 or PS4 controller with a normal, dang old charging cable, USB-C for PlayStation 5, micro USB for PlayStation 4. Plug it in, bam, it just works. It just works. You plug it in, you hit play, you can start controlling with a PlayStation controller. Of course, it will show you Xbox button prompts, but that is so not a big deal for how easy it is. Like, it'll tell you to hit the A button. PlayStation 5 controller doesn't have an A button. You hit the X button or the cross button there instead. But it is super cool. So if you have an Xbox controller, you can use that. If you have a PlayStation controller, you can use that. Now, it's not perfect. I also downloaded F1 2019 and tried to get it to work with a PlayStation controller. Maybe I could find a workaround, but it just wasn't working. It just wasn't working nicely. I think I eventually got it to work. But it wasn't plug and play, you know? Which is what I really like about Game Pass. A lot of these, it is just plug and play, and it's super nice. Like Overcooked 2, it was so nice. I was playing with 2 others. I played with mouse and keyboards, and the 2 others played with my PS4 and my PS5 controllers, and it just worked flawlessly. It was beautiful. I was so glad I didn't have to spend half an hour or more just so that we could play Overcooked together. It just worked. And I really, really appreciate that it just worked. Alright, so I said I'd show you what it's like to start up a game, so let's do that. So we have this. We're going to start up Tainted Grail Conquest for the very first time. So we hit play here. It's gonna take a second to load. It's like, come on. Come on, game. Let's go. Hurry it up. Hello? There we go. Oh, it's coming. It's coming. There we go. Tainted Grail. So yeah, it does this little Xbox pop-up. So you just hit Let's Play. Bam. Wait a moment. Let this app access your info. Sure. It just gets into your Xbox Live info, as it says there. You can pause the video to see exactly what it gets into. Look at this cool art. There we go. And now you're playing the game as if it was your first time ever. Blah, blah, blah. Privacy, you know. I read all this really fast. I'm a really fast reader. And I'm just playing the game. So I won't show you the game itself, because that's not what we're here to do. Maybe I will at some point. So I don't know, subscribe if you want more. But yeah, that's how simple it is. That's how simple it is. After the first time you play a game, you don't have to click yes to share your info or anything anymore. But you do have to click that little Let's Play, the first one that we clicked every time. Not a big deal, obviously. So, is Xbox Game Pass for PC worth it in 2021? Well, you know what? I mean, just thinking about it, if you would have bought Crusader Kings 3, right? This is a $64 game, according to this. It cost me $12 a month, right? So, after 4 months, that's $48 I spent. If I only play Crusader Kings 3 for 4 months, I save money. It's so good. You know? It seems really good. Like, unless you only buy a video game once every couple months, and they're not always full price games. But, you know, if you would have just bought Hades this year and nothing else, then it's not worth it. Okay? Hades is only $32 Canadian, according to this. Probably something like 25 American. I don't know. Probably something like that. At that point, it might not be worth it. But if you want to try just random games, like I would never buy Tainted Grail Conquest. I've not heard anything about it. But maybe I'll just give it a shot because of Game Pass. You know, very little risk. That's one thing that's nice about Game Pass. You're not really risking anything. If you would have bought it for Crusader Kings 3 anyway, or, you know, any number of games that you saw on that all games list before, and then you're like, well, I'll just try this random game, see if it's good. See if it's like Monster Train, which I love Monster Train. Monster Train's amazing. This is a good game. I really like it. It's like Slay the Spire. I wouldn't have played Monster Train if not for Game Pass, and I've sunk probably too many hours into this game. And now I can try out this random game. And now I can play Overcooked too with my family and friends, just for funsies. I don't know why this has 2 stars. This game is worth way more than 2 stars. That's bullcrap. Cluster Truck, I thought, you know what? This game looks pretty cool when it came out. Enjoyed watching a little bit of it on YouTube. Let's try it out. Turned out it wasn't my cup of tea, But that's fine. I didn't waste any money on it. I just wasted a little bit of time. Whatever. I still would have had Game Pass anyway for games like Hades and Iron Harvest because I really wanted to try out this new cool style of RTS game. And Crusader Kings 3, obviously. And then My Time at Portia, I was like, you know what? I like Harvest Moon. Let me try out My Time at Portia. Turned out not to be my kind of thing, but that's fine. You know? Easy peasy, uninstall, bam. And it's gone. Look at that. Easy peasy. It's gone from here now. So, it's up to you. Is it worth it? Maybe. Do you hate subscription-based models of payment? If you do, I understand, because so do I. But maybe that's why you should get it, because I hate subscription services. And yet, still, I have it. I don't know if I'll have it forever. Maybe I'll, you know, if there's not a game I want, I'll just cancel my subscription for a couple months and come back or something like that. Because you can do that. These games won't get deleted, right? Your saves won't get deleted. I can cancel my subscription, come back to it later, and I'll be able to continue in Crusader Kings 3 exactly where I was before. Of course, the only problem is maybe Crusader Kings 3 will have gone on this leaving soon list, so might have to be a little bit careful of that. But again, you could still just buy it, and you'll still have your save games. So there we go. I guess you won't have your save games if you buy it on Steam, but I guess that's a risk you have to take. This is a competitor to Steam and the other services. I accidentally just started up Crusader Kings 3. I clicked on this play button by accident because I'm just clicking random buttons. Whoopsie daisy. Sorry, Crusader Kings 3, no thank you. Mods work as well, if you were wondering. They just work as if you're playing the game on Steam. No difference. I'll leave it up to you. Is Game Pass worth it for PC in 2021? I'll say yes, but subscription services are scary, so maybe you don't want it. Totally makes sense. Screw Donut County. I don't know. It's a cute game. I never played it, but people say it's good. I don't know. Age of Empires 2. Cool. I don't know. I could talk about this for a while. I just love talking about all these cool games. Sable was well reviewed recently. You go here. You can look at the trailers. You can click on the screenshots. Go through. Yeah. Anyway, my name's Khanpeki. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Let me know what you think of Xbox Game Pass down in the comments. And I hope you have a dandy day.